Hello everybody and welcome to the KMTRADERS channel. This is the weekly review of all the trades and all of the analysis that we went through in the last week's video, and then we're just going to look at how the market played out really, and match up our analysis to what actually happened. So we'll start off with pound US dollar. So we was anticipating in the yellow zone a breakout to the upside or to the downside. Now the market had finished this impulse move to the upside, and as you can see, we had the closure to the upside, but eventually that was not enough for buyers to continue this push to the upside. So then we had the closure to the downside, if you can see right here. And then we had rejection twice. So we had the first rejection here, so the bearish engulfing candle, and then the spike touch. So two opportunities to get involved with there, but ultimately there was a potential to make roughly about 100 pips in the at the end of the week of last week. So roughly about 100 there. Moving on to Euro USD. Same thing again here. There is a slight confluence with the GBP USD and Euro USD here. So as we can see, we had the same sort of impulse move to the upside as the pound did, and likely we also had the bearish run as we had price fall to the downside and then a retest of our zone again. So ultimately, roughly, there was two chances to get involved here. So we had if you see right here, a bearish engulfing candle here to the downside, and there was a lot of strong movements there. But ultimately, the second opportunity would have been from this reversal point here, as we had the touch into this reversal zone. But obviously, there was a lot of sellers into play here, so roughly about 70 pips here on the end of the week again. So moving on to USDJPY. Now for the third week continuing, there is still indecision here of what is actually happening. But as we can see, there is some support level being formulated around this region here. So we could argue that this could still potentially move higher. Obviously, we'll look into this in much detail in the analysis video for next week. But covering on what happened last week, there was not exactly too much of an entry position. Possibly here, we had the breakout to the upside, a retest, and then closure to the upside. So roughly 25 pips, if anything, on that one. So not too much, but obviously profit is still profit. It all adds up, so it's part of the game. Now gold finally made its breakout to the side of the decision, but I do believe that whatever happens next week will foretell the run, if this is either a bull trap or if it's going to continue to the upside. Obviously, we'll look into this in the video next that we'll put out for gold for next week. But as we can see here, we had a clear push to the downside, testing our reversal zone in the blue zone here. A double bottom nicely formed in this area here, as we can see as such. So potentially you could have, with this analysis, about 250 pips profit on this one. On our Instagram, we posted our entry point for this exactly. We managed to scale in about 150 pips. So if you don't already check out our Instagram, we're going to be posting a lot more onto that. Yeah, so sorry. Moving on to Bitcoin. Yeah, there's been a lot of breakout volatility, ripsaw action with cryptocurrencies this week. I'm just partly staying out of cryptocurrency, but I'm heavily invested into Ripple right as of now, just because we're coming into that yearly lows. There's a more opportunities to trade and hold Ripple as opposed to Bitcoin. I prefer to trade Bitcoin with leverage if I was to do it. But so as we can see here, we had the so we was right here. We had the push to scale in on the top reversal zone. Obviously, a rejected, failure to close to the upside, push to the downside. Testing our weekly level here. Failed for the retest to continue downside, as we had the retest candle there, which closed a lot higher than the price action, which broke to the downside, and then instantly the bullish momentum took straight above. So not exactly any good trades with potential with Bitcoin, and I believe the same here with XRP. If we have a look at our reversal zone, well, we did have, if we extended our bottom zone that we had from 2 weeks ago, I think, we had a touch into this reversal zone, but more likely it would have been a retest exactly on our weekly level at 0.25526 before we had the push to the upside. So instant rejection from that, plus the bullish engulfing candle here. So, you know, sentiment analysis here, married up with the confluence of weekly rejection plus the reversal zone, that could have potentially been the buying trade that you needed. So roughly 350 pips just plus on that one. So obviously with the Bitcoin, with the cryptocurrencies, there was a lot of ripsaw action. So and if you're failing to understand that whatever happens to Bitcoin has a likely impact on all of the altcoins, then that is a factor that you need to consider into trading altcoins. That's why I prefer to hold altcoins. But I do believe when I get into leveraging Bitcoin in the Forex way, there would be a bit more reserved approach rather than daily trading, if you kind of understand what I'm trying to say. So there's a lot more patience, which is what I'm realizing with the cryptocurrencies. Taking your time with the entry point is really good, because you can get in one good trade per month, and it would give you at least two you could get easily 500 pips. But in the Forex, in terms of the currency pairs, you could get roughly about 100 pips per week. So if you're picking very good trades, 2 trades a month, that could obviously outweigh and outbalance the trade in the currency pair. So there is a lot of things to consider depending on if you have time, and what the approach style is. But still researching a bit more with the cryptocurrencies of when and what I should be changing my approach style. Yeah, so I'm having also thoughts next year of what sort of videos I would like to be producing in terms of what analysis videos. So if you do have any suggestions, but I am looking to hold back on the cryptocurrency side and expand a bit more with the Forex pairs, because I'm noticing there's a lot more traffic on the pairs. So I do believe I will be covering more on the Forex pairs. So yeah, so thank you very much for listening, and I thank you for coming back again to watch our weekly review. And I think we're done here. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. If any of our videos are providing a bit of benefit to yourselves, make sure you are subscribed, and also check out our Twitter page as well. We do post a lot of different other things in here, just other trades, etc. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and do so. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next week.